DIBL. This is the simulation results of uh, MOSFET, N-MOSFET and P-MOSFET at 22 nanometer technology generation. 22 nanometer technology generation means its channel length, minimum channel length can be 22 nanometer. You cannot reduce below this. Okay. So a square MOSFET means W by L equals to 22 nanometer by 22 nanometer has been simulated. I have simulated during my PhD and found this reduction of threshold voltage. Okay. At VDS equals to 0, you see the threshold, threshold voltage is 4.5 or so for case of NP MOSFET. And it gets reduced. You see that even less than 0.2. In 0 VDS, it is 0.45. I can say it is 0.45, this much. And at VDS equals to how much it is? 0.9. So this point is 0.9 volt. 0.9 volt, we see it is less than, I hope it is less than, if I draw it, it is around 0.2 volt. It is around 0.2 volt. Okay. So this much reduction has taken place. 0.25 volt threshold voltage has been reduced. Similar is the case for N-MOSFET. Black one is for N-MOSFET. Would you understand this thing? Threshold voltage reduction due to VDS. It is theoretically given here in the book, and I have simulated and found the same result. For the high VDS, the HD depletion regions may even be shorted like this. This side you have the source depletion region. This side is the drain depletion region, and they may touch with each other. If that happens, we call it punch through. Okay, we call it punch through. The sharp increase in the current that results from this effect, which is called punch through, may cause permanent damage to the device, or at least the normal operation of the MOSFET will be affected. Power consumption will be huge. So punch through and sets an upper limit of VDS. Okay. You cannot use VDS as you wish, higher VDS. Okay. Normally, I have seen students studies their book, like Milman Halkias, Robert Boylsted. Do you know this? Have you heard about these books? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
You heard, and the examples, numerical examples given, you will see that the supply voltage of the examples will be 10 volt, 12 volt, or even 15 volt. So when the students come to simulate in the Bilesa Design lab, they try to give 5 volt, 10 volt, like that supply voltage they will use. That is VDS, get volt, and VGS, etc. They'll give that much voltage, 5 volt, 10 volt even. So one day, one of the PG students was simulating a circuit, okay, and trying to see the ID VDS plot, and she could not understand why it is happening. Ideally, your ID VDS should be looking like this. Looking like, ideally it should be like this. So what she was getting is different. It's not like this. She was getting like this. Okay. So why this is happening is not understood and asking me. So then I saw the circuit. She is using 5 volt, whereas at 22 nanometer technology generation, we are supposed to use only 0.8 volt, or at 45 nanometer technology generation, it should be 1 volt only. So around 1 volt or below 1 volt, we are supposed to simulate, whereas she is applying 5 volt. So pass through is occurring. She is not able to understand. Okay. So I hope you will not do this kind of mistake if you simulate circuits. Okay. And you will do it. Some of you are doing the lab, and when you are simulating circuits, don't use voltage, get voltage or VDS more than 1 volt. Okay. It is technology dependent. As I said, at 22 nanometer, 0.8 volt, at 32 nanometer, 32 nanometer technology generation, it is 0.9 volt, and at 16 nanometer technology generation, it is 0.7 volt. These are the supply voltage. I mean, VDS and VGS, and VDS, all these three supply voltage should be this one only. Okay. Now going further, the majority of the MOSFETs and digital circuits are designed at the minimum channel length. Hence, the variation of the threshold voltage as a function of length is not a problem. Okay, it's not going to vary. Whatever threshold voltage will be at that minimum length will exist. Therefore, it is not much of an issue except for the sub-threshold leakage. Sub-threshold leakage will be there because you are reducing the channel length, and hence VT is getting reduced, and hence leakage current will be more. What is the equation for sub-threshold leakage current? We have written earlier. Can you remember? I sub equals to I. Why it is happening? Let me disregard. I sub we have written as what? I sub-threshold leakage current equals to I naught, then e to the power VGS minus VT divided by eta VT, right? This VT is thermal voltage. 1 minus what? 1 minus what? Minus VDS divided by VT. It was the equation, I hope, in sub-threshold region. Anybody remembering? Rajabal? So my
Yes,
point here is this one. If VT is reduced, this quantity is increased, and hence the current will be increased. This value altogether will be more. Sub-threshold leakage current will be more if threshold voltage is reduced. So in off state also MOSFETs will conduct some current, and battery will be exhausted. Hence the variation of the threshold voltage as a function of the length is uniform over the complete design. If you are say designing a microprocessor with a minimum channel length device, the threshold voltage is going to be low, but same. But low is harmful because it's going to create more leakage current, sub-threshold leakage current. More troublesome is the DIBL as the effect varies with the operating voltage. So DIBL is sometimes, in a circuit, terminal voltage, drain voltage, or source voltage never fixed. When it is getting operated, it is never fixed. It is going to vary. If it varies, then your DIBL will vary the threshold voltage. Okay? If that happens, then it is a problem. Sometimes less delay, sometimes more delay, that will happen. Circuit speed will vary. I mean, you will not be able to design robust circuit. This is, for instance, a problem in the dynamic memories. Here in this case, it's not talking about the robustness of the circuit, but talking about the dynamic memory. What happens? Sometimes this bit line will be 0, sometimes 1. Suppose the storage, this is a DRAM cell, okay? DRAM cell. dynamic memory cell. You are not aware, I hope. Okay, this is one transistor and one storage capacitor based design, and in this the 1 or 0 is stored in the storage capacitor and is accessed by this M1 transistor. If you want to read, then WL will be made high, this transistor will be on, and you can read it. Okay, so what happens, since the storage node is storing some charge for storing 1, and if there is a subthreshold leakage current in this MOSFET due to low VT, then when it is 0, the split line is 0, then the storage charge will be discharged gradually. And stored value may be flipped from 1 to 0, and that is not acceptable. In other case, suppose it was 0, holding a 0, and the bit line has gone high. If it is happening, then even in its off state, current will go in opposite direction. It is going to charge up. So that way also the original value may be changed. So that is what is mentioned here. This is, for instance, a problem in dynamic memory where the leakage current of a cell being subthreshold current of the access transistor becomes a function of the voltage on the data line. This is data line or bit line. Okay? So which depends upon the applied data patterns. From the cell perspective, DABL manifests itself as a data-dependent noise source. So, could you understand or not understood anything? Tell me. This is dynamic RAM, not there in your book, but the dynamic memory is said. So, in relation to this, I wanted to explain. So, I hope you could understand. Yes, tell. If not understood, tell.
I didn't exactly understand the data line and all, but I generally understood why DABL is
DABL is going to affect that, you understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Memory, we have
Yes, sir.
memory later on in one module. We'll discuss SRAM, DRAM, and various kinds of memory. During that time, once again, the DRAM will come. How it operates, how you are going to write onto it, how you are going to read from it. Okay. Then what is the difficulty in this? I mean, advantage, disadvantage, that will come later. But we are talking about DIBL and is telling the dynamic memory. So I place this diagram here to explain. Okay. Actually, it stores CS stores values in the form of 1 or 0, in the form of charge. That charge may be discharging through this MOSFET in its off state because of the low VT and hence subthreshold leakage current, more subthreshold leakage current. That is the main point. I hope it is understood. So, what is next? In VT in short chain devices have the tendency to drift over the time due to SCI. What is SCI? Is, do you heard this term from me? Hot carrier. Sir. What is that?
Hot carrier injection.
Hot carrier injection. So we have already discussed that nowadays compared to 1990, 1980 to we are talking about 2005, we have seen that vertical field increased about 150 times, right? And horizontal field 16 point some times, 16 point, I mean 16.5 time or 16 point roughly, this is the value, times increment has occurred. Okay, so vertical field is trying to pull off and horizontal field is pulling to the right towards the drain. So two field is working and that field is very high nowadays compared to those days in 80s. So what is happening is electrons flowing from source to drain is getting very high energy. We call This high energy electron is called hot electron. Okay, and those hot carriers are able to cross the barrier in the interface between substrate Si and silicon dioxide and enter into the silicon dioxide, and some of them may go into the polysilicon, that is gate material, giving gate leakage current. If they are less energetic and not able to cross over, but they enter or penetrate into the silicon dioxide and may settle there. As I have shown here, the electrons are settling here. Okay. These electrons remains there. If they are remaining there, what will happen? Can you tell me what will happen to the threshold voltage? Threshold voltage, any change will occur in the threshold voltage? Tell somebody. Prem Prabhat, can you say something? Himanshu Shogra.
The COX is affected.
COX is affected. Physically, certain electrons, number of electrons has gone there. But otherwise, electrically, what is happening? I mean, what is the state of BT? Will increase or decrease or remain the same?
It may reduce.
It may reduce. Okay. He is telling it may reduce. Let us check up. Let us check up whether he is correct or not. Okay. See, from the positive charges deposited in gate material, that is polysilicon here. Okay. Polysilicon here. Let me take a different color. So, per charge, an electrical field line emanates and terminates somewhere here. We are seeing terminating at the electron, inversion layer electron, right? So, but if that electrical field gets a negative charge here, electron here, what will happen? The field will terminate here itself. Instead of going far, that is going to terminate here itself. So, to create these many inversion layer or say depletion layer, higher voltage is required at the gate because certain electrical field has got terminated here. So now once again tell whether you said correctly or not. Yes, I am waiting for your answer. What I said, could you understand?
No, sir. Can you repeat?
See, the positive charges deposited by the positive gate voltage. This is your polysilicon material and the gate material. You are giving a positive connection, battery connection here. So positive charges are deposited. And per positive charge, the positive charge will be emanating or creating or sending an electrical field line. Every charge. Do you know that? From every positive charge, electrical fields comes out. And that will try to attract an electron. Okay. An inversion layer you have here. So corresponding to per positive charge, you will have per electrons here. Rather, you can say that electrical field line generated from the positive charge is ending at the negative electron here in the inversion layer. Could you understand? But yes.
Yes, sir.
If you have electrons here inside the silicon dioxide, which has gone because of hotness or high speed. So that positive charge and that positive charge animated electrical field will be ending here itself inside the. It is not going to go farther and attract the electrons. So inversion layer is not going to happen easily because part of the electrical field are going to be terminated inside the SiO2 itself. Now tell what will happen to the VT. will increase or decrease. It is what? Gate voltage at which sufficient electron inversion layer has been formed, and hence if you apply VDS, sufficient amount of drain current will flow. If you don't have the inversion layer, current will not be there. Yes, Prajwal or somebody else, throw some light. You are understanding or not? I must.
More voltage is required,
VT will
so
need to
VT will
increase.
increase.
VT will increase. Is
It
it
is
clear
increased.
now? VT will increase. Initially, he told,
Yes, sir.
somebody told that VT will decrease.
Yes, sir.
We understand this now. VT will increase. So continuous use of a MOSFET, continuous use, prolonged use for long time, say months together, years together, whatever it is. Say what may happen due to higher field in both the direction, horizontal and vertical. Certain electrons may go into the oxide. We call it oxide charging. Okay, oxide is getting charged by the electron in this case. In other case, maybe hole. In case of p MOSFET, okay. In case of p MOSFET, VT will decrease. What is the meaning of that? Here I am telling, in case of n MOSFET, increase. Okay, increase means VT. Say earlier it was 0.4 volt. I say increase means maybe 0.45 volt. So I can say it is an increase. In case of n MOSFET, I'll say VTN. In case of VTP, I say VTP was initially minus 0.4 volt. Now it is decreasing. What I said, it is decreasing. Decreasing means what?
Minus 0.45 volts.
Minus
Going more
0.45.
negative.
Minus 0.45 volt. Opposite thing will happen. Here it is increasing. There is going to decrease. That is what I am hinting you. Now, what value will be there? Is it this one? Is it decreasing? Yes, it is decreasing because minus sign is there. Huh? This value
It
is
becomes more negative.
decreasing. So more negative. Your VGS should be more negative. Then only p MOSFET will be on. Here, in this case, VGS should be more positive. Then only MOSFET will be on. How the case same. Okay. So I hope you understood what is HCI, hot carrier injection. It may give rise to gate leakage current, and may increase the VT. We can say oxide charging. Oxide charging occurs. Okay, so this effect are there. Over the last decades, device dimensions have been scaled down continuously while the power supply and operating voltage were kept constant. This has resulted in high electrical field that has increased the velocity of the electrons, which can leave silicon and tunnel into the lead oxide upon reaching a high enough energy level. Electrons trapped in the oxide change the VT, increasing VTN while decreasing VTP. Okay, that is minus sign, minus 0.45, so it is decreasing. For an electron to become hot, an electrical field of 4 volt per centimeter is needed. This condition is easily met in devices with channel lengths around or below 1 micrometer. As I said, it's talking about 1 micrometer. Today it is 20 nanometer, or even less. So it is a great problem now. Here it is shown how the ID is affected due to stressing of the FET with high voltage. The two plots are given. Stress time is 100 minutes. Channel length taken is 0.3 micrometer. Oxide thickness 42 angstrom, means 4.2 nanometer. Right? Stress, how it is traced? VDS equals to 4.3 volt and measurement at VGS equals to 2.5 volt. Delta ID by delta ID by ID linear equals to 14%, and delta ID by ID saturation region, it is 2.4%. So this solid line is fresh transistor, and this is stressed one. Stressed one means 100 minutes it has been operated, and then if you plot the ID VDS, then you get less current at any point. You see from here to here, the difference between the current delta ID is occurring. In linear region, it is 14.2%. In saturation region, it is 1.2% reduction is there. Could you understand this point? Stressing means
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
apply high voltage than the nominal. Every technology is having its own specification. This is the channel length, this is the oxide thickness, and you cannot apply more voltage than this. Okay, supply voltage, you cannot keep on increasing the supply voltage at the gate or VDS. At the gate, thin oxide layer is there, it can be punctured. Okay, like in a cycle T, if you keep on pumping or more air, what will happen? It will burst. The same thing here also. Insulating property will be lost by the very thin silicon dioxide. Only 4.2 nanometer is shown here. In this case, channel length is second case, 0.6 micrometer, and Tox is 140 angstrom, means 14 nanometer. Okay, and stress is VDS is 7.7 volt, and VGS is 5 volt, and it is also the same, more or less same is the occurring in this linear and saturation region. So understood, it is degrading. Threshold voltage is increasing, and hence current you are getting. Dotted line is showing the less current corresponding to particular voltage. Take any voltage, say 1.5 volt. Consider here, you see how much degradation is occurring. I hope it is understood. Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
The same thing, I'll not waste time. Now, specifically engineered drain and source regions to keep the peak electrical field within bound. We have said something like LDS and LDD. Okay, lightly doped drain, This region is lightly doped. This region, and this region is lightly doped source, and it is done by using sidewall spacer. This sidewall spacer, you see that it is partially protecting the ion implanted from the top. Only high energetic ions, phosphorus ion, for example, you are talking about N MOSFET, so N-type pentavalent is required. So only partially those who are those electrons, ions which are having very high energy, they can penetrate through this saddle spacer, and you will get this kind of lightly doped N region. We are writing N minus here, not N plus. N plus is this side. Okay, N plus is this side. So both the sides are lightly doped region. LDD or LDS. And hence this offers more resistance. We have already discussed today only that the N plus region is having resistance of 20 ohm per square. So if it is N minus, resistance is going to increase. Do you understand or not? Yes. Say something. If you don't say anything, then I'll say understand that you are not understanding anything, and hence I have to slow down and slowly go ahead.
Yes, sir.
What do you say?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Less is the concentration, less is the mobility.
Less is the concentration, and hence resistance is more. Means when electrons are trying to flow through that, it is going to be retarded, or speed will be less. Okay. If it is say good conductor like copper or gold, resistance is less. It can easily move or flow through. Here, idea is to retard it at the drain edge where electrical field is used. Okay, so that SCI doesn't occur. Oxide is not charged, so VT degradation doesn't occur. We say VT degradation means it is increasing in case of MOSFET, okay, and decreasing in case of MOSFET. That is one thing. Then another thing is there. Halo doping you are seeing here, halo. In both the side, only one side is shown. Okay, this side also will be having the halo or pocket doping. Okay, why it is? Normally you have seen that in the previous diagram somewhere that punch through is occurring. Okay, the punch through depletion layer is touching with each other, and a lot of current is flowing through this region. Okay, from the source, the electrons are falling onto the depletion region touching each other, and current is flowing, and this current is dominating than the channel current. Channel current is here. Okay, actually we need this current, not this current. Okay, so how to stop it? How to stop punch through? You do one thing in this region. Use the heavy doping by ion implantation. We call it pocket or halo doping, so that the depletion layer widening will not take place. We know that if concentration is more, depletion layer will be less wider. This you understand or not? Tell.
Yes, sir.
So halo doping is to avoid what? Punch through. Here also you see in this bottom diagram, super steep retrograde body doping. What is done here? This channel region is very lightly doped. There is two reasons. If you dope the channel region heavily, then what will happen? Tell. What will happen? If Na at the channel is high, what will happen? Vt will increase. Yes or no? We don't want, we cannot rather increase the Vt. Earlier it was 1 volt or 2 volt even Vt, threshold voltage, but we cannot do that because our supply voltage is 1 volt only. If you make that much high Vt device, then it will not be on. Okay, so you have to keep Vt low. For that, you cannot make very high Na. Channel region should be lightly doped. But further, if you go further deeper region, see the black portion, it is heavily doped. Okay, and of course it is not easy. Okay, process engineering point of view, it is not easy. You have to use heavy ions, high energetic ions to apply here to make the concentration higher, and here it is less. Means you must be able to control the energy of the ion, implanted ion, and those high energetic ion will not settle here, rather settle at the further area here. Okay, such a energetic ion, it will penetrate all the way up to this black portion. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we have our next class. It has
Okay.
started.
Okay.
And we
Please tell me, because I have also another class followed by this one immediately. Okay. So we'll continue in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Leave the class and join other classes.